Good morning. Day 10, Saturday, October 7, 2023. It's about 7 in the morning. Just using a headlamp to give some lighting just because of the rain. It rained all night, great sleep. I think I actually have a pretty good spot here where I'm under a little bit of tree coverage and I'm not pooling, which is awesome because it's gonna rain more. So my dilemma as I ponder with my first cup of coffee, I have about 9 miles to get to my next spot to set me up for a long hike the following day of about 13 over the Prezzies. So I have 9 miles to get to the Mitzpah Springs hut and the tent site. That's not a bad day for one day, but the thought of sitting here all day in this tent, I like to get a little bit closer, move a little bit, but is it worth it? So 2.5 miles away past Route 302, there's a junction, and I know there's camping there. About 4 miles away, right when you get to like the first viewpoint of Webster Cliffs, there's some nice camping there as well. So if I was gonna pack up the tent and go for it, that would probably be my destination. A good halfway point, it sets me up nicely for the next day, for a shorter day, to have another shorter day to get to the tent sites, and then be set up for the really long day. If rain wasn't going to be such a constant thing today, I would definitely do that. So, on the other hand, I have that hot spot on my left foot. I could give it a full day of recovery. Even if I happen to pick a window for those 4 miles where it's not raining or it's not raining hard, my pack is still going to get wet. My feet are going to be sopping wet. The trail's going to be a muddy, wet mess. So is it worth it? These are the things I'm considering right now. Early morning hours on a Saturday in the tent. So I would like to pack up and just even do like 4 miles, just kind of stretch the legs, move a little bit. I could even, I wouldn't even have to stop for water. I could just fill up on water here and just carry, the 2 full smart water bottles up to the cliffs and have plenty of water. But that's what I want to do, but I don't know if it's the smart decision. I think probably the smart decision is to hunker down in the tent for the day, take a full rest day, and just do normal 9 miles tomorrow, and then either hunker there for a day, depending on the weather, or go for it. So this is what I'm thinking about. Because it would only be a 4-mile hike, I don't have to decide right now. I can have a couple of cups of coffee. Sarah, I don't have cell service here, so Sarah is going to check the mountain forecast for Mount Jackson this morning and then send me the numbers so I can see if there's any window where it won't be raining today. Like the forecast for today from yesterday is showers, light rain in the AM, and then rain in the PM and heavy rain overnight, and then hopefully clearing up tomorrow. Still cloudy, but clearing up. So there could be windows this morning of little or no rain to get 4 miles in, but you're taking a chance. But even if it was rain, it probably wouldn't be heavy rain. So these are the things I'm considering as I'm sipping on coffee. And we'll check in later. Oh, and I guess one more thing I should add. I don't know if I actually ever said it, um, but I'm trying to do this entire section of New Hampshire. Um, so I guess you'd call it unsupported, with the caveat that I have used the hut water and I have bought candy bars at the hut, but not having Sarah come for a resupply, not going, into town for a night or anything like that. So I'm trying to do it straight through, um, and I think I'll be able to do that. So if I was on a regular through hike, when I come back to do the whole AT, I would have planned to get a room last night and just probably stay 2 nights in a hotel room or a motel room, whatever, and then come back out and hit the trail. So that is like the one difference from when I'm doing a through hike as opposed to doing this, is I really wanted to try and carry everything I need to do the whole thing in New Hampshire. And I think I'm going to have the supplies to do it. So that's why I didn't even consider going into town or having Sarah come and stay in a hotel one night, although she's got plans today anyway. So yep, that's the other little wrinkle to it, but check in later. Okay, quick update. This is fantastic. I was able to communicate with Sarah. She gave me the updated mountain forecast, and then I'd seen a comment on Far Out that Lake of the Clouds was closed for this season. So I was just Sarah was able to do some research online and just verify that Lake and Madison are closed for overnights for the season, but I imagine they're still open in day mode. Mitzpah's open for another until I think the 19th, and it looks like Mount Washington, the cafeteria is open for another week or so, so that's good news for me. I'm hoping to be able to pull water from the spigot at Madison, so yeah, after a long day, if I can't get water there, I'm just gonna have to descend further to get water. So not great, but it's not the end of the world if they're totally locked up. I don't think they will be. And I can confirm at Mitzpah if they are or they aren't, because I can also get water at Washington. So yeah, it's just good to know. Good to know some spots are still going to be fully open and some maybe partially open or not open. The worst thing would be to get to Madison expecting to get water and being shocked that they're totally boarded up. So I'll be able to confirm with the staff at Mitzpah what exactly is going on up there. So that's the update. Just hanging out, having coffee, and check in later. Okay, quick little day 10 update. Just ventured outside to refill my CNOC, so I won't have to go out if it rains get heavier again. Also, dug a cat hole in case I need to use one. It's already ready to go. Other than that, staying warm and dry and comfy in a tent. Actually, when I had to go to the creek to fill up the CNOC, there isn't really any tree cover there, and that's really the only spot I got a little bit wetter, where I was debating whether I should put on my rain jacket, and I said, it doesn't seem too bad right now, but I did get a little bit more soaked than I wanted to, but that's okay, I'll dry off quickly. Gonna have another cup of coffee. Have just been reading Far Out for the next stretch, although I know the next stretch pretty well. Interesting to see the new comments from the thru hikers this year, and it's funny too how some comments about potential camping, they're no longer there. I don't know if maybe they're not technically legal. I don't know if they actively remove them, or if a user goes away, the comment the user made goes away. So that's kind of interesting. Yeah, I guess I won't get, there's like a stealth spot down the ammo trail that even crew members at the hut will recommend. And there was definitely a comment or two about that last year or whenever I looked last time, and those comments are gone, so it's just kind of weird. But you know, that's fine. Other than that, yeah, I don't think I'm going anywhere today. I noticed just yesterday at the end of the day when I was just in my Crocs to fill up on water, my left foot in the hot spot was very, very tender. So I was happy that this morning when I just went to do the same thing, the left foot was feeling much better. So that's good news. So I think giving it a full day of rest is good. And it really hasn't been much of a let up in the rain. It's been pretty steady. It hasn't been heavy, but it's been steady. And just from that brief few minutes I was out there, definitely would get everything soaked pretty quickly. So I think the plan is we're just gonna hunker down here. Sarah will, through the inReach, give me another updated forecast tomorrow in the morning so I can confirm that things look good to move. And then hopefully we'll strike out in the morning for an 8 or 9 mile day. That's it. Maybe I'll check in later, but that's pretty much what it's going to be. No views today, just tent views, and no mileage today. That's the way it goes sometimes. Quick day 10 update. It's about 1 in the afternoon. A fine Saturday. Just heard a couple of hikers go by, I think heading down, and also hearing the train. There's a train that runs on near Route 302. It goes like through Crawford Notch somehow. I forget the name of it. It goes by some climbing routes. I could hear like the vibration of the wheels and the rumbling, and then I heard the train horn. So that's cool. I can hear it in the background now. The rain has been pretty constant all day so far. So not a whole lot else to report. Staying cozy in the tent. And unless something exciting happens, we'll see you in the morning, hopefully with better weather.